Hey guys, Jacob here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the future of the Division 2 and Division Heartland. First, if you guys are new, welcome to the channel. I upload daily Division 2 content, select build videos, video resets, and overall news on the game. As I said, today we're going to be talking about the Division 2 and also Division Heartland. First, we're going to be starting with the Division 2. As we know, we're going to be getting some new content at the end of the year, supposedly a new game mode and potentially a new expansion that's going to involve Natalia Sokolova, which, as you guys know, is pretty much the last main antagonist of the Division 2. We've killed every other antagonist, Fei Lao, Keener, and Barton Schaefer is in critical condition, and we've also killed targets like Hornet and Jupiter. So there's not many people left on the playing field unless they introduce new targets, but they've been kind of hinting at Natalia Sokolova for quite some time now, if you guys listen to the audio files, and he talks to Barton Schaefer in the season Manhunt, if you guys remember that, when you're fighting the Hunter. So potentially maybe we'll get a new game mode that's not just the one we're going to be getting, maybe something like a PvP style game mode, which you guys know we're going to be getting Division Heartland as well, which is kind of its own game mode and game in some way. But as for the game mode we're going to be getting this year, we don't really know exactly what it's going to be, and I'd love for them to add something that's very Division 1 kind of inspired and get some ideas from those game modes. I'd love to have Resistance back, or something brand new that's completely different we've never seen before. Maybe like some kind of versus mode where you can play as a Black Tusk operative or play as a Shade operative and have JTS, stuff like that. There's a bunch of ideas they could really throw out there. And as for stuff like raids, who really knows at this point? I wish they would add one more raid to have 3 raids total, but we'll just have to wait and see exactly what they're going to be adding with that. But we do know that they're far from over with the story of the Division 2. It's just a matter of what and when they're going to be releasing this content. And as for Division Heartland, we know we're supposed to be getting Division Heartland prior to the Division 2's new content. But it's kind of worrying me at the moment because, for one, there's a lot of big titles coming out that might compete with Division Heartland, and I'm all for Division Heartland. I cannot wait. But a lot of people would ask me, when do I think this game is going to release? I think this game is going to release probably towards the end of the year or maybe early next year. And there's a few things that could go wrong if they release it at certain times, which I'll be getting into that. But if you guys are not aware what Division Heartland is, it's going to be a free-to-play, third-person style game that's made by Red Storm Entertainment, and it's completely different than Division 2, and it'll have stuff like cosmetic items, and you'll be able to crouch, use melee weapons, and do kinds of stuff like that. It has some more survival-style mechanics from the survival DLC in the first game, supposedly. There are some leaked videos out there if you guys want to check them out. I'm not going to publish them here because those are copyrighted, and most of them have been taken down. So if you guys want to go see if you can find that leaked footage, go for it. It's out there somewhere on the internet, and there's also pictures everywhere. Now, as for Division 2 or Division Heartland, depending on when you guys want to talk about, as for the release dates, I think Division 2's content will still be released at the end of the year, and I think Division Heartland may be released around somewhere like August or September, maybe October, somewhere around there, and they could add Division 2's content in December. But there's a few problems with that. For one, I am going to shout out Rogue Gold, for one. He made a very good point on this, and that's going to be the Titanfall incident. If you guys are not aware what the Titanfall thing was, or Titanfall 2, is when Titanfall was released with Battlefield and Call of Duty. And if they release Division Heartland at the wrong time, then I feel like a lot of people are going to straight up just ignore Division Heartland and go to these other games. For one, a good example would be the new Halo game. Halo Infinite is going to have free-to-play multiplayer, which I know a lot of you guys are really excited to play, and also it's going to have a pretty awesome campaign. And overall, Halo is a pretty big title that a lot of people have been waiting on for quite some time now. That's one title. Then you have the new Call of Duty game, which there's no news on the new Call of Duty game exactly. Like, there's no photos because they didn't show it at E3, like, at all. But that's supposed to be going to be a World War II style game made by Sledgehammer Studios, and also supposedly using the Modern Warfare engine. Then you have games like Battlefield 2042, which is the game I'll be playing the most probably out of a lot of these. And then you have stuff like Dying Light, which is not crazy big as, say, like Halo and Call of Duty. But in my opinion, I think it is. I think this game is going to be a huge step up from the first game. And I know a lot of people cannot wait to get their hands on this and just absolutely run through zombies and parkour over them and stuff like that. And this is a game I will be doing a complete live stream on the channel. So right there, you have 4 games. That's not counting games like Back 4 Blood, which is basically Left 4 Dead 3, and Far Cry 6. So you have 6 games total. that a lot of people are going to be playing. Just 3 of these games release in October. That's Battlefield's going to be in October, Back 4 Blood's in October, and Far Cry's in October. So if they release Division Heartland in October, you have 3 games you're going to have to worry about. And I'm not actually sure when they're going to release the new Call of Duty, but if that comes out in October, then that's 4 games. If it comes out, around the November, then you have games like Halo as well that's going to be competing in Call of Duty. And if they, wait till December to release Call of Duty, then you have games like Call of Duty and Dying Light. So no matter what, you still have games that other people are going to be wanting to play. Throughout these months, you're going to have a bunch of games that a lot of people are going to want to go to. And as we know, they did not show anything at E3 this year at all for the Division 2 or Division Heartland. So it's really hard to say exactly when we're going to be getting this stuff, but I wish they would at least have some kind of input and exactly, maybe show us a teaser or, maybe a video or something of gameplay, or maybe even release a beta, or, when they're going to release a beta in a few months for Division Heartland, and maybe we'll even get to play test it a little bit and play it on consoles and stuff like that and see how it goes. But overall, we haven't really seen anything from the Division 2. As for Heartland, like I said, there's leaked stuff out there you guys can see if you want to see early alpha stages, which I'm not even going to judge yet because it's alpha, and I'm not going to judge a project until it's in the more complete stages. But as for Heartland, hopefully they release it in, maybe later in the year, and if they have to push it back, go for it. Just because I feel like I wouldn't want to get massacred by a lot of these companies. I know a lot of them are going to be releasing really awesome games, and you have so many to compete with, basically. So I'm not sure if it'd be a good call for them to release it with those games, or they might just throw it in there with all of them and see what happens, because I know a lot of people are really big on battle royales. I also know a lot of you guys don't like first-person shooters, and all these games I've listed are all first-person shooters except Heartland, which is third-person because it's a Division. We also have to think about that Massive Entertainment is working on their new Avatar game, which was finally shown off this year. If you guys were not aware, they did show a little bit of it at E3. And also their new Star Wars game is being made, so we don't know exactly when they're going to show that off. Probably sometime next year we'll probably see that. But overall, there's nothing really new with the Division 2 just yet. But thank you all for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe for more overall Division content. And like I said, this is just a quick little update what I think is going to be going on with this game and a few worries that I have, because we have so many titles coming out, and hopefully they just make this game right and also fix some of the problems we have currently in the Division 2. If there's anything you guys would like to see in the Division 2, please let me know in the comment section below what you guys would like to see them add for future content and what you guys are expecting out of that. Also, shout out to Rogue Gold, like I said, for bringing up the Titanfall incident. He made a really good point about that, and hopefully they do not make that mistake they did, or Titanfall did, and I'll leave a link to his video in the description if you guys want to check out his channel. But overall, thank you guys for watching, and I'll